Hello, good evening, this is Diecast Luna. Hope you're all doing well. And this evening's video is going to be a challenge video that was set by Chris from Chris's Junkyard Designs, or CJD. And the challenge that he set earlier on is Show Your German Cars Challenge, which is awesome because I'm a massive American car fan. I always have been all my life, but I also, almost if not as much as American cars, I love my German cars. My Volkswagens and my Porsches especially. So this is right up my street, and the biggest problem so far was I must have got out 50 castings straight away that I wanted to show, and I managed to narrow it down to about, I think I've got about 18 or so here, I'm not quite sure. So I've got a fair few, so I'll get straight into it. But anyway, we'll take a look at what I selected. And like I said, the hardest part is trying to decide what I want to show. But anyway, as far as I'm aware of, you can show as many as you like, or as little as you like, from what I can gather. So without further ado, we'll get straight into it. So as you can see in the background, there is this one from Majorette, and it is a T1 Volkswagen Transporter, and very nicely done, as you can see. So it is got all the lights part of the screen, so it gives it that sort of lens light effect, all painted in. It has got rubber tyres, as you can see, usual suspension that comes with the Majorette stuff, and this one is a little cafe or something like that, if I remember rightly. So there you go. You can see you've got the menu board there. Yeah, very cool, very nicely done. So that's a good piece to start it off. So that's piece number one. And then staying with the Volkswagen theme, we might as well take a look at an original Volkswagen Beetle. So this piece is from Schuko, and it is in a, I'm trying to decide what colour this is. It's like a, it looks brown, but it's not. It's almost like a I'm not quite sure what colour it is. Yeah, it's like a very dark brown, but it's very nicely done with the suitcases on the top, as you can see. And this is from Schuko, so it's nicely made. Lens lights all the way around. You can see it says, let's have a look, so we can get a bit more zoom on that. There you go. I do believe that says, is that 1500 or 1600? Looks like 1600, Volkswagen 1600. So that is pretty cool too. And there you go, the underneath detail. So there you go, Volkswagen Beetle. Anyway, still can't decide if it says 15 or 1600. I actually think it says 1500 actually. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's get on. So that is piece number two. Piece number three is going to be, like I said, staying with the Volkswagen theme for a minute. It's another piece from Schuko, and this is a Type 3 Volkswagen camper. Westphalia, I think that says on there. But this is really nicely done. This is a really, really weighty little piece. Yeah, really nicely detailed. You've got the curtains in the window, you've got the wing mirrors, and the only thing I added that plate when I first got it, because I felt it needed a plate to fill that gap up. But very nicely done. Lens lights, got the badging all the way around. But very, very cool piece from Schuko. And there's the underneath bit, got some engine detail there. So that will be piece number three. So just move that to one side a second, make sure it doesn't fall off the side of the table. And what should we pick next? We might as well stay with the Volkswagen theme. We've got one from Greenlight. It is a Mark 1 Volkswagen Golf, or for the American folk, it is the Mark 1 Rabbit. And I think it does say, let's have a look what it says on that actually. Yeah, see, it says Rabbit. Over here in the UK we call them Golfs. But this is pretty cool. Very nicely done from Greenlight. So we've got a bit too much zoom there. In the blue, nice and standard. I do believe this is a 70, let's have a little look, 77, this particular one. And it's got some pretty cool underneath bonnet detail. There you go. So that is a cool piece. So that's piece number four. And then we'll move on to some Porsches next. So the next one is going to be, I'm trying to look what it is. It is the Porsche Panamera Turbo S from Hot Wheels. This is from a set. I can't remember what set it's from now. I think it was Wagon's set, I believe. No, it wasn't. Or was it? Oh, do you know what? I can't remember now what set it came from, but I know I didn't get it all that long ago anyway. But it's pretty cool in the black with the grey 10 spokes. So that is quite a cool piece. And again, the lights are part of the screen, which is a nice touch for a mainline, or at least a mainline. And the back's tempered in quite nice too. So that's piece number 5. Sorry, that'll be piece number 5. And then again, we'll stay with the Porsche theme for a minute. So the next one will be from Majorette, and it is a Porsche 917 KH. And that's pretty cool in the red and the white. Almost like a sort of a humbug type sweep going on, that sort of patination. This is pretty cool. It's got a little bit of under the bonnet detail. Excuse me, not that you can see a great deal, but it is nice that it has an opening feature. The backlights are painted in, so that's pretty cool. And obviously again, the lights are part of the screen, so it gives you that lensed effect. This guy's got suspension, yeah, that's right. So that is from Majorette. So that is the Porsche 917. So that's pretty cool too. That's piece number 6. And then another Porsche is going to be, let's have a little look. This is from Majorette too. It is a Porsche 911. I'm just having a quick gander as if it excuse me, quick look to see if it says anything different. Yeah, Porsche 3934. But pretty cool in the pale blue. Again, lights are part of the screen, so it gives it that lensed effect. Opening doors, but it's very nicely done. And of course it'll have Majorette suspension. So that is the Porsche 934. Piece number 7. And then another one I did, this is one I did a few weeks back, I think, maybe a month ago now. This is a Porsche, I think it is a GT3, I think. Let's have a little look. Yeah, Porsche 911 GT3. And this is what I did a wheel swap on and gave the interior a change of colour. As it was too dark, you couldn't see it, so I wanted to try and bring the roll cage out a little bit, so at least you could see it. And again, it's very nicely done from the mainline Hot Wheels. Gave the exhaust a bit of a paint as well, and I had to remember I had to put my own axles on these because obviously the wheel's wide on the back and narrow on the front. But it didn't turn out too bad at all, and it's still a nice roller. So that is the Porsche GT3. That's piece number 8. And then piece number 9 is going to be another Porsche from Matchbox, which I'll pull out this box quickly. So this is, as you can see, it is the it just says 80 Porsche 911 Turbo. Now I've got quite a few of these, but like I said, I couldn't bring out too many for the challenge. If I'd have brought out all my German cars, so all my Porsches and all my Volkswagens, I'd have literally been here pretty much most of the evening. But I've got a couple of original castings of this. I've got a red one and a black one packed away. But this is a 50th anniversary Superfast, but they've just basically redone the old casting, which is pretty cool. So I do like it in this sort of lovely, almost like a candy blue. It's opening doors, but the interior is exactly the same. It's funny, they've basically dressed up an old casting, but they've done a nice job on it. So this has tampoed front lights and tampoed rear lights, turbo. It has a really nicely done plastic spoiler, which gives it a bit more detail. So that is pretty cool. So that would be piece number 10, I presume. So that's pretty cool. So it's really boxed to one side, and then we've got a couple more Porsches to go. So we got this little Porsche 356, this little Outlaw 356 in the green, which I think I got again about 2 weeks ago now, I think possibly. And I've got a few of these as well in different colours, but I thought I'd show this one again as I like the colour, and I like the wheels on it. I think are quite good for standard wheels. So that is pretty cool. So that is a Porsche, should say 356. Yeah, 356 Outlaw. So piece number 11. Let's have a little look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, one behind. Okay, so this will be number 11. So again, staying with the Porsche theme. From Matchbox, this is a Porsche 9. No, it's not. It's a lie. 550 Spider. Sorry. And this I was basically trying to make this look a little bit like James Dean's Porsche 550 Spider, as when it came, it did come with these little red stripes. And the colours very much similar, but it had very, very small little wheels, which I thought didn't suit it, so I did a wheel swap, as you can see, and gave the interior excuse me, a bit of a paint, changed the steering wheel, and even though the engine is already detailed, I did some chrome work on top of it, on top of the tops of the carbs there. So that is pretty cool. So that is the 55 Porsche Spider. And then I've got, let's have a little look. Oh yeah, this really, really cool piece from, let's take the glass off, Timothy and Pierre, and it is it's 90. This is number 90 of 499, and it's their version of a Singer Porsche. But this is beautifully, beautifully done, as obviously all their cars, as far as I'm aware of, are made from resin, and this is what this is. But it is just the level of detail is really, really good. You've got actual alloy wheels that actually, let's do and get a bit more zoom again. There we go. So the wheels are actually aluminium, and you can look a bit like the Fuchs. I think they're done to look like Fuchs wheels. But you can see the discs there. If I catch it right, you can see the discs are actually drilled and grooved, or at least they're drilled discs. And that's come up on the camera or not, I can't tell. But anyway, so we can get them all. There you go. You see the discs got little holes in them. Oh, now my zoom's mucking around. Sorry. There we go. We'll get there in a minute. Right, so like I said, there's the wheels, and then you've got the exhausts are made from aluminium as well, and they are hollowed, and you've got some foil badge in there on the back. So it says Singer. You can see on the photo etched grille there, you can see it says 4.0, or at least I can see it says 4.0, but it's not really coming from the camera. I'm having a bit of struggle with light. I might actually stick. Let me just stick another light on, 2 seconds. Can I stick a light on? No, I can't, because someone's run off with my adapter piece. Oh, we'll mosey on. But anyway, it's a very nicely done piece. It has got a roll cage in it, and you've got some lights on the front, mirrors. Yeah, it's just a really nice looking piece. And usually, if I've got a bit more light, do you know what? I am going to get another light. 2 seconds. There we go. I think it makes a bit better, bit of a difference, I think. But yeah, very nicely done car. And it has actually got gauges, but I don't think I'm going to be able to show them because, yeah, just about because of the light detail. Sorry, because of the lights. But anyway, so that is Timothy and Pierre, their version of a Singer Porsche, which is basically based on the 964, I believe. So that's pretty cool. Let's move that to one side, and then the next piece we're going to do some Mercedes, a few Mercedes anyway. So we've got this really cool one from Matchbox, which is the 6x6, what do they call it? So a little look on now. With two Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG 6x6 in the black, which is very cool. And then another Mercedes, we've got an A-Class, I believe. Let's have a little look what it is. Mercedes-Benz A-Class, yeah, in the blue with the white 10 spokes. This is really cool. The other version of this is a yellow with a black stripe, I believe. But this was an exclusive from I think this was an exclusive from possibly a 9-pack. So it's pretty cool in the blue. So there you go, all tampered in quite nicely. Flying from a little bit now if I can, just got to make up some time. We've got another one that I did a while back. This is an Audi Quattro, which I did a wheel swap on, which didn't turn out too bad. And a bit of rear detail there, and a bit of lower grille detail. But that is pretty cool. A bit of a wonky wheel, but it still does roll pretty well. So that is the Audi Quattro from Hot Wheels. And then another Volkswagen. This is a Type 2 Bay. This is from Tomica. Quite an old casting actually. Yes, copyright 1977. Now whether this is a 1977 piece, I don't know. But it is in remarkably good condition. I know it is fairly old. Has got a sliding door if I can get to open. There you go. So that is pretty cool. So that is a Volkswagen Type 2 Bay window. Then we got this one, another one from Majorettes. So it's another obviously Volkswagen Beetle with the really cool caravan behind it. And being Majorette again, same old Majorette stuff, has suspension, opening feature on here. Not that it shows a great deal, but it's still pretty cool. Lights are part of the screen. And you've got some lens lights, not lens lights, painted lights on the back. And then you've got the caravan, which is actually quite a weighty piece. And you can see much, but there is actually a little table in there, but you can't quite see it. So that is pretty cool. And then I thought I'd include this little BMW, I think it's an i3, which is an electric car. I just think it's cool because I really like the paintwork on it, and this like metallic, really nice metallic silvery fleck in the black. Looks really cool. And it's done nice, it's all tampered in nice. They've done a Matchbox, done a really good job on this. So that is the i3. So obviously it's electric. And the last piece is going to be another one from Matchbox, and this isn't the first one I did, but it's one of the first customs I ever made. This used to be an ambulance, but it was really tired and tatty, and the glass was really scratched and beaten, and all the suspension had collapsed. So I excuse me, stripped it all out, resprayed it, cleaned up the interior. Actual fact, I resprayed the interior white because it faded so bad, and gave it some painted details. Made a wheel, glue, made it so the wheel would fit. Where the light was, I glued a wheel on the top and gave it some real riders. Still got suspension, still rolls nice. Did the lights in chrome, and then I made this little boat up to fit on the roof, just rests on the roof like that. There you go. Yeah, so, and that's like I said, that's one of my very first customs I did. But anyway, with that, let's have a look. How many have I done? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18 cars. So anyway, with that, please check out Chris's channel. 19 cars, sorry, I lied. CJD at Chris's Junkyard Designs. Check his channel out. Great channel, great chap. Shows some great customs, and I like the section he does with his recent cracks, as he calls it, where he's some of the new purchases he's bought. But anyway, with that, and have a go at the challenge. It's a bit of free content. It's a bit of a no-brainer, especially if you've got plenty of German cars. But anyway, with that, I'll see you all very soon. Thank you very much for watching.